You're supposed to ride in the road. You're not supposed to ride on the road.
Yeah, I was riding on the. I was riding
You're with traffic.
in the left or in the right lane.
So do you know which officer it was? Did you get to see his name?
I know who it was. I don't remember his name.
David Duke just told me he knew who it was.
Oh, okay.
The police chief just told me he knew who it was.
Right.
He would talk to me.
Right,
He's the
good.
same guy who threw me out of Richie Burger at the Tea Party.
Right.
The guy with the problem.
It's that.
What happened?
We pushed him down.
I was riding my bike on the road, and he was telling me to get off, and in the process he was walking right towards me, and I was riding my bike and slowing down, and he just sort of put his hand on my bike, and this bike is not, as you can see, it's pretty...
And this was before the loads even came through.
What? I was in front of the loads.
Right,
In front of the cops.
Right.
In front of the first wave of state troopers.
Would you like to say something for the radio? What's your name and what were you doing here this evening?
My name is Zach, and I was just down here riding my bike on the street in front of these megaloads, in front of the cops, and as I was riding my bike along here on the right lane, in this one-way street, I was confronted by an officer from the Mexico Police Department, and he asked me to get off my leave the road, and as I was slowing down and moving forward, he said, "You need to get off," and he reached his hand towards my bicycle, and it took it.
It does. Were you injured?
No. Just, it's only going to
Well, we're glad that you weren't injured. And so, what were you doing down here this evening, anyway?
Well, I came out here to protest the megaloads, and I decided I'd ride my bike in front of them and sort of see what the response was.
So you were riding your bike. Why were you riding your bike this evening?
I was riding my bike down the road to watch the megaloads as they went by, and I was on the very edge of the street, and I entered the roadway at an intersection where there weren't any flaggers or anybody to warn me that they were coming through.
What intersection was that?
Actually, it wasn't at an intersection. It was on a business driveway.
Okay.
Right across from Brittman, a parking lot right there.
Okay.
That's where I went out and came out and was riding my bike down the street, and I could see the ISP lights coming from behind me. And then at that time was when the Moscow police officer and a trooper from ISP started to approach me, and that's when he started to reach out towards me. That caused me to lose my balance on the bike.
So he didn't physically touch you?
He did not physically. Actually, I think he touched my hand as I was. He was sort of touching.
Touch your hand.
Yeah.
The moment was so heightened that you don't really remember.
Yeah.
So, but you weren't injured.
No.
Okay, that's the most important thing in this circumstance, I believe.
I mean, just
I think
my
everybody.
hand, I impacted the ground. My knee might have a little scrape on it, but